There's a guy that worked for us all over the world drilling water wells for villages that would often be losing half of their children by age 5 due to water-related diseases. And Kurt drilled, all over Africa, and Latin America, Caribbean, all over the place. And one time he was in the airport at Port-au-Prince, Haiti, and he saw a little child looking out through the window of the airport at the planes that were taking off. And he said every time a plane would take off, the kid would just jump up and down and dance and slap on the window and press his face against the window. And he watched him do that 2, 3, 4 times. And he thought, I gotta know why that kid is doing that. And so he went over to the child and he said, why are you doing that? And the little boy said, if those people only knew how small they were going to be in a minute, they wouldn't get on that plane, right? And I think sometimes that's true for us, right? We board a lot of planes. We don't know how small we're going to end up being for it. When God calls us into an expansive life, exploding with the wonder and miracle of heaven every day, sometimes we get on some planes that make us really small. And some of the people that I'll tell you about tonight and the songs that came from those people are people who remind me every day not to get on any planes that make me small, but to live out the incredible destiny that God calls us all to. In Calcutta, I met an amazing young man who was ministering to kids who lived in the dump. These are children who lived actually in the dump. They had no family, they had no possessions, they just lived in the dump. And everything they owned, they drug out of the dump, and everything they ate, they found in the dump. This young man was touched by their plight. He goes there and he starts a ministry, and then he asked me to come help him. We designed a program to help those kids develop businesses and work their way out of the dump. But his ministry at first was soccer, and they would take trash and they would wind that trash up and make a soccer ball out of it, and they would play with a soccer ball. The good thing about that was when your ball wore out, there's plenty more trash to make a new soccer ball. And he did that, but that's not all he did, because before they played soccer every day, he sat them down and said, God's love is everywhere, everywhere. And if you really look, you can see it. He said, God loves you so much, and it's evident no matter where you are, no matter your circumstance, you'll always be able to find God's love every day. And so every day before they played soccer, those kids who lived in a dump would sit around and tell the most beautiful stories about God's love that they had witnessed that day. And then he would read them stories from the Bible. And he would always say, don't forget this, that God's story is not finished yet. These people are in God's story, but he's not finished writing his story. You're a part of God's story. Your life is a part of his story. And then the kids would share ways in which God had moved them to be compassionate, or to be good, or to be forgiving, or to reach out. What an amazing, every time we did that, I had to sob and cry, because it was so overwhelming to think about these kids in a dump in Calcutta living with that kind of vision for their life. And I think about us and how oftentimes we can sleepwalk through so much. And I think that some kids living in a dump in Calcutta could teach us a lot about faith. They could teach us that every day you got to think about where you see God's love, and you got to count those places, and you got to know that God's not finished writing his story. He's writing it in you, and you look every day to see how he's doing that. And this song was born of those kids in the dump.
Would you have been all I could ever need? And you've seen everything the world worst of me. Still you pursue with your relentless love. Drenched through and through by your wonders from above. You have sought me, you have found me, you have shown your love around me. That's why in you reign your glory. Make my life part of your story. Age to age, your mercies are ever sure. Everything passes away, only your love endures. There's no pit so deep, your love is not deeper still. Every breath that I take, surrender to your holy will. You have sought me, you have found me, you have shown